It's very good.
I really am looking forward to seeing this relationship develop. I don't know. I just got that feeling. Listen, man.
Me thinking you'd take me to the dance and see me all dressed up and realize you actually have feelings for me, Norman Bates, because you do, but you're just too stupid to know it.
By the time you stood up for yourself, Emma, he's gonna kill her?
Are you ready?
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back. We are here with another season of Lost. Season 5. Episode 1 is here today. Hopefully you guys are ready, because I know I am. It has been a long journey, and we are here almost to the end. I think this is second to last season. I believe it's only 6 seasons of this show, unless there's a 7th season out there that I don't know about. I think there's only 6 seasons of Lost, so we have 2 more seasons to go. Hopefully you guys are ready, but you already know what I'm going to say. By the time you guys are watching this episode, I am certainly sure that we are done with this show on Patreon. So if you want to watch it and you don't want to wait until these videos come out on YouTube, make sure you go and support us on the Patreon over there. Okay, as you see, already we're in 2023 right now. Okay, we're in 2023. Okay, so make sure you go check that out. I would really appreciate it if you guys over there and support us. I'm talking too much. Let's get to the episode. I'll see you guys right after for the review. Why do they need to bring John back? Now that we know who's in the coffin, why do we need to bring him back?
It's your turn.
Who is this?
Biting on a bullet, pulling out all of his hair.
Morning. Here you go, Doc.
This
Go,
guy.
have all day. Hello, I'm Dr. Marvin Candle, and this is the orientation film for Station 2, The Arrow.
Dr. Che?
Damn it, what the hell?
Cut. Sir, we got a problem down at the Orchid.
So they were trying to get intel on the locales.
We were cutting through the rock, right on your specs. That's when the drill melted.
The drill melted.
Yeah. We showed our image to the wall. There's an open chamber about 20 meters in, behind the rock.
This station is being built here because of its proximity to what we believe to be an almost limitless energy. And that energy, once we can harness it correctly, it's going to allow us to manipulate time.
Okay, so what? We're gonna go back and kill Hitler?
Don't be absurd. There are rules. Rules that can't be broken. If you drill even 1 centimeter further, you risk releasing that energy. If that were to happen, God help us all.
That's Dan!
I'll grab the rest.
Dan has been here.
Time travel. How stupid does that guy think we are?
I wonder if this is after Desmond visited him. I would have never known that Lost would have ended up here. I honestly don't know how to, like, I've talked about this so many times before. It's just like actors just laying in coffins. I don't know how they do that, man.
Why don't you close that
Like
up
I
now,
couldn't.
How did we get here? How did all this happen?
Jack? It happened because you left, Jack. Now let's get started, shall we?
I get it. They left. But the question remains, why can't I leave? That's really the question. You know what I'm saying? That's real. The question is like, why can't I leave? All right. So, yeah, I don't understand what's the connection. Why can't they leave? Is this because of the time manipulation? Why it's like if it's like they're breaking the continuum, if you will? Is that why it is because they're like existing like it's I don't know.
So once we get Hurley, then what?
Then we get Son, Saeed, and Kate, of course.
I don't see that happening. When was the last time you saw him? I mean, Locke.
On the island. So obviously John's visit to you made an impression. What did he say to make you such a believer?
Blair, Juliet, everyone from the boat, everyone we left behind. John said that they'd die too if I didn't come back.
Did he tell you what happened to them after the island moved?
No. No, he didn't.
3 years earlier.
Richard?
Richard? Anyone?
We must have been inside the radius.
What was that?
I don't know.
Way. A minute ago, that boat was coughing black smoke. Now there's just nothing.
What about the helicopter?
It was heading for that boat.
We can't go back to the camp.
What the hell are you talking about?
There is no camp. The kitchen? Gone. And all the tents, all the food and water, gone.
It's not gone.
What do you mean the camp's not gone? Who the hell are you anyway?
That's Dan. I need you to take me to something man-made, something that was built, any kind of a landmark.
There's a Dharma station 15 minutes from here.
You mean the hatch? The one we blew up?
That's perfect. We should get moving before it happens again, okay?
Why is our camp gone?
Your camp isn't gone. It hasn't been built yet.
Ah, they went back in time.
Yes?
Hi, I'm Dan Norton of the law firm Agostini and Norton. May we have a moment of your time?
And who are you?
He's my associate. Ms. Austin, we're here to get a blood sample from you and one from your son, Aaron. Signed by a judge for you to relinquish your blood upon being served these papers.
Why?
To determine your relationship to the child.
Who said?
I'm not at liberty to divulge the identity of my client.
Your client?
Please, may we come in?
Get off my property.
Then I'm going to have to come back with the sheriff.
Then come back with the sheriff.
Damn. As always, Kate is on the move.
Why did you jump off that helicopter?
I told you we were running out of gas. I wanted to make sure they got back to the boat.
How about we call a timeout so you can tell us what the hell's going on?
How about you trust me?
Trust you? I don't know
We
you.
really do not have time for me to try to explain. You have no idea how difficult that would be for me to try to explain this phenomenon to a quantum physicist. That would be difficult. So for me to try to explain whatever's happening.
Shut it, Ginger. You're getting one too. Now talk.
I think it may have dislodged us.
Dislodged us from what?
Time.
because the island is moving through time?
Yeah, either the island is, or we are.
What?
And it's just as likely that we're moving, your people and us. And everyone in your group, you're all accounted for, right?
Not everyone, Locke.
I don't know what to say because I don't know how to even begin to combat something like this. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, okay, if the record is skipping, so it's like it wasn't done correctly. That's the plane. That's the plane. That's the plane from like season 1 with the freaking drugs that came from where Mr. Echo. So they did go back in time.
Hey!
Damn it. John must be saying, not again.
Who are you? I didn't come on that plane.
Wrong answer.
No, wait, stop! I know you. I know who you are. Your name is Ethan. My name is John Locke. I know this is going to be hard to understand, but Ben Linus appointed me as your leader.
By John Locke.
Yeah, there. So it keeps going back, and so it's like a deja vu Groundhog Day kind of situation that they're in at that point, I guess.
So when are we now, WizKid?
We're either in the past,
Or the future?
or we're in the future.
Oh God. This is ridiculous.
Excuse me. Could you wait here for just one moment, Miss Kwan?
Hey! Where you go? Open this door. Open this door!
Save your breath.
Why?
You had the audacity to approach me in broad daylight in front of my business associates. In public. I will be respected, sir.
This man. Yo, Charles is such a
Since you seem to be worried about your plane, I'll get right down to business.
I will be respected.
You mentioned that you and I had common interests.
To kill Benjamin Linus.
You want a fry?
No, thank you.
You know, maybe if you ate more comfort food, you wouldn't have to go around shooting people.
So that dude you popped outside Santa Rosa, who is he?
I don't care. He was armed, and he was watching you. That made him an enemy.
Oh.
So when did you become so paranoid?
If you'd spent the last 2 years doing the things I was doing, you'd be paranoid too. I was working for Benjamin Linus.
Was.
Wait, he's on our side now?
If you ever have the misfortune of running into him, whatever he tells you, just do the opposite.
Really, society's not.
Wait here.
We're just throwing people off of. How do you? Oh, damn, he got him. Ah! Oh, that's how he got accused of murder. Just takes a picture.
Saeed!
How the hell did you go get blood on him?
You okay?
Get me to the car.
Dude. I thought it was supposed to be a safe house. Never should have left that island.
This is insane already, but what the hell? Insane.
Is this that?
It was. Blown up, just like we left it.
It's now after you and your people crashed on the island.
You saying our camp is back on the beach again?
It's possible, yeah.
Good, I'm going back.
Hey, no. It's pointless. By the time you get back to the beach, the camp could be gone again.
Yeah, well, what if it ain't? Hell, what if the helicopter hasn't even taken off yet?
We could warn them. Stop them from ever flying to that boat.
You cannot change anything. You can't. Even if you tried to, wouldn't work.
Why not?
Time, it's like a street, right? We can move forward on that street. We can move in reverse, but we cannot ever create a new street. If we try to do anything
it's a little bit different.
We will fail every time. Whatever
happened. Okay, so you can't change the past by doing something
How do you
different.
know so much about this, Danny boy?
I know about this because I spent my entire adult life studying space-time. I know what's happening.
So how can we stop it?
We can't stop it.
Then who can?
Maybe John? Is this Richard?
Hey, John.
I need to get the bullet out.
How did you know there was a bullet in my leg, Richard?
Because you told me there was, John.
No, I didn't.
Well, you will.
When am I?
Well, John, that's all relative.
The noise.
I'm a
When the sky
huge,
lit up, where did you...
as I've told you guys before, I'm a huge time space nerd. Okay, like I'm a nerd for this stuff. Not that I study it or anything like that, because you know, I don't study it, but I know certain things that people have talked about, like even physicists and that have talked about. I'm a huge fan of the fiction as well. Like I love to watch stuff that is fiction of this, and the amount of times I've heard that being said, that's why I'm laughing. But it's the time is relative. It's just so funny to hear it in this show, because I didn't know that it was going to lead into this. And I've said in the past where I said that, you know, I don't know how I'm going to feel about if they go in this direction. It's still not the main focus of the show. So it's cool. You get what I'm saying? It's cool because the main thing that I want to know about this show, right? The main thing that I want to know is, what is the relationship between the island and the people? Why is it that they can't leave? Is it because of the time dilation, or is it just this special relationship or this special purpose? That's what's intriguing to me about this show. It's not the time stuff. The time stuff is cool. Now that Dan has explained, hey, you can't change anything. You just gotta go with the flow, I guess. Right? So they don't make the time part of it super important. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's not the concept. It's not the concept of the show, right? It's just not. It's just a part of the show. It's just a part of the show, and it just goes into the title of the show. I've talked about how many like double, triple entendres you get from the title of the show, as in Lost. It could be that they're lost in time. It could be them being lost on the island. There's so many different ways that you can interpret the title of the show, and that makes it so brilliant. You know what I'm saying? Crazy.
I didn't go anywhere, John. You went.
I don't understand. How did you know that I was here? How did you know
where to find me.
I wish I had time to explain it, John, but you're going to be moving on soon, and we need to go over a couple things before
Moving on?
Sorry. The island will do the rest, John. All right?
But I don't...
Second thing, no, pay attention. Next time we see each other, I'm not going to recognize you. All right? You give me this.
What's it do?
It points north, John. And look, I wish I had time to be more sensitive about this because it's a lot to swallow, but you need to know it in order to do what you got to do, so I'm just going to say it, okay? The only way to save the island, John, is to get your people back here. We're already home, so you have to convince them to come back.
How am I supposed to do that?
You're going to have to die, John.
Yeah, at the very least, you could have explained to him why this is happening.
The hatch. It's back. I guess you haven't found it yet.
Hey,
I mean,
where you going? Back door. I'm getting some supplies. I ain't rubbing two sticks together to start a fire, and I ain't hunting damn boar. There's darn food, beer, and clothing in there.
No one is gonna answer.
Open the damn door! Open the door!
You're wasting your time.
Open up, I know you can hear me.
If it didn't happen, it can't happen.
Everybody I care about just blew up on your damn boat. I know what I can't change.
We should get back to the beach.
so what? All they can do is just trying to do that. I don't understand. Like, if you can't do anything, so only John can help the situation.
What's the matter? Oh, I haven't had a nosebleed since I was little.
No. You're, of course, you're fine.
Now, isn't that what happens when you're...
Yeah, well, it's a good thing you're a physicist then, isn't it? Shall we?
Hold on. Remember that if you're continuously going back and forth in time, remember what was happening to Desmond? And you don't have, like, you gotta find... What they say you gotta find again? I can't remember. But it's like you gotta find a link between the past and the present. It's like a constant. I think it's a constant, they called it. So she doesn't have a constant, but because she was probably born on the island, right? I think that's what they were saying, that she was born on the island. So maybe that's what's happening to her. I don't.
My pack, of course, I left my pack back at that hatch crater. Better get it. Why don't you head back with everyone else and be right behind you?
Don't dilly-dally.
I wouldn't think of that.
This constant is supposed to be Desmond, I believe.
Please, let this work.
Whoa. Desmond.
Are you him?
Is this who Desmond was waiting for when he asked him, like, are you him?
No. But listen, that's not important. What is important, Desmond, is what I'm about to say to you. I need you to listen. You're the only person who can help us because, Desmond, the rules don't apply to you. You're special. Listen to me. Listen. If the helicopter somehow made it off the island, if you got home...
What helicopter? What are you talking
listen,
about?
I need you to listen, or people are gonna die. Right now, me and everyone else you left behind, we're in serious danger. You're the only person who can help us. I need you to go back to Oxford University. Go back to where we met. I need you to go there and find my mother.
I was on the island.
Been off the island 3 years now. You're safe now. It was just a dream.
Oh, no. She should know, because she should know what's happening, or at least familiar with it, because Desmond came back in time and told you he was going to make that call. told you he was gonna make that call, like, I don't know, on the day. He gave you a date that he was gonna call, and you waited on that call. So it shouldn't be that hard for Penny to believe what he's saying right now.
Where are you going?
Out. Is that what we usually say when we're going out?
We're leaving.
Leaving to go where?
Go back to the island.
Oxford.
This is very interesting. This is very interesting. Right? This is very interesting for a lot of reasons. Because Desmond is the only one that exists outside of the loop. Right? I don't know if it's because he just, I don't know. Maybe Desmond is the island's constant. Maybe. I don't know. I'm just spitballing theories here. Maybe Desmond is the island's constant so that the island stops skipping through time like this, because, you know, and they're saying that the only way for them to fix this is for John to get back everybody that left the island. But why is that important? That's the thing. Why is that important is the question that I've been asking. Is like, why is it important for them to go back to the island? Why is that important to the island? The island obviously has some sort of special connection with these people, obviously. And is it because they left? Did they mess up a timeline per se? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Unless once the island helps you, or the island, you know, it's like once the island does something miraculous, right, for you, it's like you can't go back, if you get my drift. It's like you can't go back to any other thing. It's like now the island owns you in a sense. So if you leave of your own accord, bad things just start happening to you in your life. It's sort of weird. It's sort of weird because there's so much to unpack here, because we have Hugo, you know, having to save Sawyer. He's being accused of murder. Like, everything is just going haywire now that we're trying to get everybody back to the island. Now all of a sudden all these things just start happening. Like it's like it's kind of like it's coming back to everything that Desmond was saying in the beginning, where it's like where he was like, this disease or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like this, remember when he was saying that the world should not exist and all of this other stuff, like it was like this sickness that was on the island and whatever. I don't know if that was what they convinced him to let him stay in there and push that button. I don't know what happened. We got to meet the scientist that was always on the tape recordings, the orientation dude. We got to meet him, like when they just got to the island, when they just found this energy that they found, this limitless energy that they found. There's a lot going on. Let's just put it like that. There is a lot going on, and I can't even put my finger on it to explain what's possibly happening, because I have no clue. I can't even say, okay, this is what it is versus this is what it is. Like I can't, because when it comes on to anything dealing with time and space, it's always not a very easy thing to explain. You can try to put it in layman's terms for people or for me, and I still wouldn't understand it. You just understand, okay, this is how time works. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, can you truly understand time, and if there's any kind of dilations there? You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like you know, when astronauts go to space, it's like they're traveling through through time. You know, I know you probably never heard anybody describe it like that, but it's kind of like they're traveling through time, because if you've seen anything when it comes on to them taking like pictures from like it's a, you see, I can't even explain it right. Look it up. Look it up. Okay, look it up. I've heard not stories, but like actual accounts of astronauts that are in space in the International Space Station, talk about, you know, how things are, like the time dilation between where they are and how things are actually happening on Earth. It's weird, right? So it's like it's not actual like time travel, but there's this dilation, this difference in time, right? It's kind of like how we are experiencing daylight right now, and you know, it's a different time on the other side of the Earth, right? It's a different time. Like while we're experiencing sunlight, it's night there. So it's kind of weird. It's that's why I'm saying, like, it's hard to explain for me and my, you know, my little brain over here. It's tough to explain, but once it's like when you've made to kind of understand what it is, you get it, but you kind of get it, but not really. It's weird, because when you actually think about it in reality, right, you'd say, BS, right? I don't believe time travel, actual time travel, like we can't just decide to do that, right? We can't just decide to go to the past or decide to go to the future. We can't do that. We can't skip what happens to, like, you know, me being 37 to me being 67. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can't just skip 20 years, 30 years into the future. Or can we go back to when we were like teenagers or whatever? Like, we can't do that, right? Or even if we remain, or even if we look the same and go back to that year when we were like 15, you know, or 20 or whatever the situation is, like, we can't do that. I think that's never going to be possible. We can't do that. That is not possible. That's one of those impossible things I don't think will ever happen. We will never do that, right? But it's still fascinating to think about, isn't it? It's very fascinating. So people are on the move. Kate is on the move. This is very interesting because I don't know how they're going to figure out how to get through this. This is going to be, you know, Desmond now has to go find Daniel's mom for some reason and convince her. I don't know. This is going to get real interesting here, even in season 5 here, episode 1, man. This was a great watch. I was locked in. I really wanted to know what was happening, man. And this show, through 4 seasons, and first episode of season 5, has kept me so engaged. And that's the reason why Lost, I continuously say, even though I'm not finished the show yet, you know, I know a lot of people, you know what I'm saying, you know, when it comes on to, at the beginning, you know, a lot of people say that, you know, Prison Break is so great. Lost blows Prison Break out of the water in writing, and you know how much I praise the writing in Prison Break. And of course there were some things here and there in that it wasn't perfect, just like our Lost isn't perfect either in the writing, but it's definitely way better, way deeper, you know, than I ever imagined that it would have been about. I mean, take a stock from where we started in season 1. I thought this show was just going to be about survival, them trying to survive on this island, And, you know, of course, there's going to be maybe faction wars. You know what I'm saying? Maybe the group gets splits up and they're fighting against each other. Maybe there will be some people who already lived on the island. Maybe some people that have crashed there a year before. That was my idea going into this show. This show has turned into, I don't even know if this was the plan from the get-go, but by golly, did they pull this off. Season 5, episode 1, and I'm still like glued to the screen trying to figure out what is going on. It's very interesting. Very interesting. But I still want to know why they can't leave the island. You know what I'm saying? Like, I still want to know that. That is the biggest mystery to be solved to me. Like, what is the relationship between the people and the island? Why certain people can probably leave, or you know what I'm saying? It seems like you gotta do the island a favor before you leave or something. I mean, Ben can't go back because once you leave, that's what they said. Once you leave, you can't go back. That's what he said when he left. When he told John at the end of last season, right? He told him that once you leave, you can't come back. But now we're trying to get people back to the island, so it's a little confusing in that state. But it's like, if you leave and it's like, if it's not your purpose to leave, I guess if it's not your purpose to leave, then you have to get back because bad shit just starts happening to you or happen to the people on the island. This is just crazy. It's like it's a family. Like, the island wants to keep this family, and if that family gets broken up, like, everybody suffers for it. Like, it's crazy. Or anybody that the island has helped. You get what I'm saying? There is still the question as well. The other day I was thinking about who dropped that extra set of food. That was another thing as well. Remember when that extra pallets of food that dropped? You guys remember that? Where did that come from? I know it wasn't Ben dropping food for them. Where did that come from? I'm still, the other day I was thinking about it. I was like, that was not explained. You know what I'm saying? Because we know it wasn't Ben and them dropping food for these people. Where did those extra pallets of food come from? From some, I think it was a plane, or I don't remember what dropped it. But that was insane. So I don't know if they ever will answer that question for me. I don't know. But anyways, guys, brilliant start to the season, man. I'm loving it. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the reactions as well. Leave a like, leave a comment, let me know as much, man. I'll catch you guys for the next one. Peace.